Welcome into the Betfred Sportsbook Friday College Football Show. I am Drew Martin. It is championship weekend upon us. Championship Saturday. We actually got Friday night lights as well, presented by Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred gives you more. Following up last week's 3-0 result, clean sweep. Look to do it again here. 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 local time. Heading to the state of Texas for two Texas universities going at it for the Conference USA championship game. Guys, we hit two Conference USA games last week, went 2-0. Look to hit this one as well. We get 69.5 being the total, -8 in the hook. That's UTSA at home. They are playing in the Alamo Dome here, and we're betting this to the over, 69.5. Couple reasons why here. Looking at UTSA, they scored 30-plus in all but one of their games this season. They scored 40-plus in half of their games this season, and they scored 50-plus in a couple games. If you watch them play, their quarterback, Frank Harris, he's a lefty, he's athletic, he throws a great deep ball. He's accurate down the field. He's a guy I love to bet on. They hit big plays as well. And I know this from experience because, guys, I lost on them last week, actually betting the under against UTEP. UTEP scored over 30 points against them. There's something wrong with this defense, UTSA's defense. And I think it's actually kind of hidden in the fact they played Louisiana Tech and Rice 2 of the last 3 games. So therefore, their defensive metrics kind of look a lot better than they should be. And they're actually going up against North Texas here. And if you look at North Texas, their quarterback, Austin Ann, he's actually 28 years old, 29 years old, something like that. He's got that kind of Chris Winkie thing going at him, meaning he played minor league baseball for like 6-7 years for the New York Yankees. So he's kind of like composed. He's mature. He's thrown for 6,800 yards on the season. So he's going to go up over 7,000 yards. And I think that they're going to put up a bunch of points here, guys. Looking at the mean green, 69.5. It's high for a reason. Betting it over. Last thing here, guys, big reason why. Seconds per snap. Both of these two teams, 23 seconds in between each snap. So they go very quickly. Neither one of these two teams is going to like sit on it, run a play, go back and huddle. No. UTSA, 77 plays per game on the year. Going to be a whole lot of plays ran. UTSA versus North Texas, up and over the total, 69.5. First game in the books. Friday night lights, guys. Getting after it. ESPN Network. Can watch it. National TV game. Got 2 on Saturday. First, going to give a shout out to the sponsor of the show, Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred. If you're in Arizona, Iowa, Maryland, Ohio, Washington, all of those states. Also, Colorado, Louisiana, Nevada, Pennsylvania. Got to check out Betfred Sportsbook, guys. 50-plus years in the business. They're doing something right. Big player in Europe, making their push here to the United States. Open up an account. Betfred Sportsbook. We got Big 12 championship game, SEC championship game as well. 62 being the total. TCU -2.5 point favorites. Guys, this is kicking us off on Saturday. A lot of people talking about Kansas State, Wildcats, sharp side. I don't know. I'm not of that side, guys. TCU is the play for me. This is a team 12-0. Going to be heading to the playoffs with a win here. Plus the fact people aren't talking about this enough. They have been a great bet on the year. 10-2 against the spread. Actually coming into this weekend, championship weekend, they're the most profitable team in the country, tied with Tulane. 10 wins, 2 losses. If you've been betting them against the point spread all season long. Now, Kansas State's been a good bet too. Good team, obviously, in the Big 12 championship game. This is a rematch, actually. A lot of people think the team that lost the first game has an advantage in the second game. Not so much. It's about 50-50 since the championship game was invented, 1992, Alabama and Florida in the SEC championship game. Rematches about split here. Guys, sometimes in college football, teams are just like teams of destiny. And I think that this TCU team is that. Sonny Dykes coaching it, Max Duggan being their quarterback. I'm actually surprised he's not getting more Heisman kind of talk here. They won the first game 38-28. They were down 28-10, scored the final, 18 points of the game to win that game outright against Kansas State. I don't think their defense is getting enough credit either. They are usually, not always, playing with the lead. And yes, so they give up a lot of yards because the opposition is looking to throw the ball to come back. But this defense is actually opportunistic. They get a bunch of turnovers, actually top 20 in the country. And their offense does not turn the ball over, actually top 5 in the country. Some people think that that's just kind of random. I don't. I think it's in coaching. I think that opportunistic defense, a good pass rush, trying to make plays, interceptions, stripping at the ball, and a quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over is something that's repeatable. TCU has that. So I think that their kind of plus turnover ratio can repeat itself. Plus the fact, guys, they've almost scored 500 points on the season. They're going to go up and over that in all likelihood. I think they scored 496 points on the year. They're one of like 4 teams to score more than 500 points now. I think TCU going to be putting up some points, and their defense turns Kansas State over a few times. I'm going after this money line. Betfred Sportsbook right now, -2.5 with TCU. We've seen some close games, though, guys. And for some reason, usually it's a little bit higher of a money line, -135 or -140 in this price range. We're getting them here it was -125. I think it's -135 looking at the Betfred Sportsbook. So, no, -130. Risk 130 to win 100 on TCU just to win outright. Big 12 championship game. TCU punches their ticket into the playoff and wins the Big 12. That's the second bet for us, guys. I am Drew Martin. This is presented by Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred gives you more. If you are in Arizona, Iowa, Maryland, Ohio, Washington, Colorado, Louisiana, Nevada, and Pennsylvania, bet 50, get 250. Check them out if you haven't. Betfred Sportsbook. Guys, last game here, SEC championship game, 4 o'clock Eastern in the SEC. Actually, not far from where I'm talking right now. I'm in Roswell, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. This game in Mercedes-Benz, where the Atlanta Falcons play their home game downtown Atlanta, that is. LSU in Georgia. SEC championship game, 52 being the total. -17.5. That's the Georgia Bulldogs as the favorite. Going up and over here as well. 52, guys. It was 51.5. Got pushed up. Money moving this market is what I like to say smart money. Some of it's my money. So 52 is what we're going to go on record with here, betting it over. When people think of the Georgia Bulldogs, they think of the best defense in the country, Kirby Smart. Well, actually, they're not getting enough credit on offense. Top 10 offense in the country. They've averaged 43 points in each of their matchups against SEC West opponents. If they score north of 40, we're looking real pretty here. Plus, they're going up against this LSU defense, guys. They just gave up 38 points and over 400 yards to the dumpster fire that is Texas A&M's offense. Now they're playing a top 10 offense in Georgia. They're going to have a long day. LSU is probably going to have a long day no matter what. But they're one thing that I think they have a puncher's chance with is their mobility at the quarterback position. Jalen Daniels, they run it a lot with the quarterback. Now, hopefully he's 100% healthy. That's a question mark in itself. But he's likely going to be running it around a bunch. And if you remember Anthony Richardson, the quarterback for Florida, he's the guy that gave Georgia's defense kind of the most trouble. I think they put up, about 20, 21 points, something like that. So if LSU can go north of 20, and this total's sitting at 52, I think Georgia can put up 40 against LSU. So 52 being the total. I am going up and over in the SEC championship game, guys. I don't think this LSU's defense is very good, and I think Georgia's offense going to put it on them. So 52 to the over. That's the 3 games in the books here, guys. Following up the 3-0 weekend from last week, championship Saturday, Friday Night Lights. We don't even have to wait for it, guys. We got one tonight, one a little bit early here for the Friday Betfred Sportsbook College Football Show. In recap, over North Texas UTSA 69.5. We got Kansas State, TCU money line -130, and LSU and Georgia 52 on the over, up and over. Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred gives you more. Have a fun, safe weekend.